You can see me in that Boss GT, coming down Sunset, sitting on D, feeling like Pac, all eyes on me. Fresh bandana and I'm mad trees. Please, I spit every verse. Some say Khaled, some say Khalid. 12 years down and I'm finally free. If you want to, we can supply you. Got enough work to feed the whole town. They won't you unless you try to. Come around and try to stop on our ground, 'cause we taking over. Now let's get it all in perspective.
Welcome to the Palace of Auburn Hills. We're in suburban. In Detroit, the home of the Pistons, where we'll be broadcasting today's game live. The Detroit Pistons come into this one following a loss, guys, to the Lakers. So Detroit will get the first possession. And now Washington's starting group. The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Nene and Gortat team up in the paint. And it's Dudley in at the 3 spot. There's the screen. And here's Morris for 3. On offense, here are the Wizards. And for Marcin Gortat, he was such a good fit for the Wizards last season. Actually, the last 2 seasons.
You know, he runs the floor very well for his size. A terrific finisher, solid in the pick and roll, can make the mid-range. You know, he's been one of the more consistent centers in our league.
Wizards on D. Now the dish to Caldwell Pope. No one near him. Nene pulls it in. Washington with the ball. Outside, Wall. Nene with the screen on Jennings. And Wall kicks to Dudley. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Dudley's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Wizards. Right wing. Morris passes to Blatch. Takes the 13-footer. And the jumper is good. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. So for Washington, their last game a loss to the Clippers. Nene, the screen. All with it. And Jennings picks him up defensively. And here's Dudley for 3.
Well, that's certainly not who I expected to corral that rebound.
Jennings dishes to Drummond. Here's Caldwell Pope. And the 3 ball is good.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Wow, that man made him walk all the way to the train station.
Outside, Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. Off the screen. The shot by Nene. No good. The Pistons have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Pass to Blatch. And he overshot that one, missing.
Well, that's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
There's a screen by Gortat. The kick out to Wall. Nene with the screen on Jennings. 4 on the shot clock. And that one's good.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Jennings. Pass to Blatch. To the paint. Here's Drummond. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Drummond's got his first basket.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They came out strong, with a big sweep against a pretty good Raptors team.
Yeah, how about taking them down 4 straight? And it was the first time a team has swept an opponent without home court advantage since 2011. Also was the first sweep for the Wizards in franchise history.
And the wide open shot from Morris. And there's another one for the Pistons. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Here's Wall. That one goes. Count it.
And in the second round, the Wizards continued to be a tough opponent. I mean, they went up 2-1 on the Hawks, but were unable to keep the series lead. A lot of close, heartbreaking losses for them in that series.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
Can anybody hear me?
Hawks would ultimately take down the Wizards last year in the postseason. John Wall and his injury were a big turning point in that matchup, and all those buzzer beaters for both teams made it one of the most interesting series of the postseason.
So for the Pistons, Johnson comes in for Morris, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Brandon Jennings. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Emeka Okafor, he's checked in for Gortat. Gooden comes in for Nene. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Jared Dudley. And Oubre subbed in
he's
for
at the game. He's just not talking.
Wizards trailed by 5. Outside, Wall. Pass to Oubre. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Wall. Jackson kicks to Caldwell Pope.
Oh, the beta
to the right side. 5 to shoot.
I pre-ordered it.
Jackson drives in. Shot is off. Now Washington takes it the other way. Stolen by Jackson.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there.
I'll be right back. I've got to go do
something. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And Wall. Here we go now. Offensive rebound. Here's Oubre. Hits it from 3-point range.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Pistons leading by 4. Otto Porter, hailing from a family of basketball players. His mom, All-State in '85. His 3 uncles won state titles. Deep basketball roots.
And how about the fact several of his cousins also won state championships, although Otto is the only one in the family to reach the NBA.
Wizards making a switch here. Chris Humphries has checked in for Gooden. Anderson comes in for Otto Porter Jr. Gary Neal's checked in for Oubre. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, the great field goal percentage to start exactly what they were hoping for.
Now here's Sessions. On its way from Neal for 2. That ball's great assist by Ramon Sessions.
You know, getting back to Otto Porter's basketball family, it really prepped him to compete. Your family is the first place you learn to navigate and win battles in competition. And that goes for sports and life.
Anderson inside. He's guarded by Johnson. Humphries. Okafor, the pass to Neal. Picked by Okafor. Sessions dishes to Okafor. The fadeaway. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And talking about Porter, he certainly has worked hard to improve upon his weaknesses. That's a trait that's often instilled in a man at a young age. And he's not an explosive athlete, but his motor and want to compensate for that.
It's still early, but they've started to establish themselves on the glass here.
Yeah, scrapping, Clark, for each and every rebound. They are not backing down.
Now here's Sessions. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And Anderson gets it to go.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Just 3 on the clock. Tie game in Detroit. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
Anytime you can get to the rim consistently early in the game, it allows you to get into a good rhythm offensively.
It really does. I mean, it's a lot easier to get buckets inside. That's elementary, and they've done that through one.
Jennings and Meeks in the backcourt. Marcus Morris is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Baines in a center. That's the group for Detroit right now. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. And nothing but hair on that one.
And Detroit was a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Beal can't get it to go. And, well, Detroit shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. And there's the pass to Morris. He dishes it to Baines. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from deep. And Marcus Morris good for 3. Morris has got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Pistons. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Dudley's shot is good.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
That's tipped. Stolen by Dudley. And he lobs it up. And Wall with the slam.
That is up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
And really, basketball is about rhythm, and that allows your offense to flow better. Now let's see if they can build on it and keep this lead.
Now Wall. Following the miss by Marcus Morris from deep. Got a piece of it. They retain possession. Another shot. And there's the nice layup by Gortat. And now a 4-point Wizards lead.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
And guys, how about Ilyasova last season shooting the basketball? Always a decent threat to score. His improvements in efficiency were amazing. He increased his field goal accuracy from 41 to 47% in only 1 year.
And he sinks the second. And we were talking about Ilyasova. There's a reason his field goal percentage went up last season. It wasn't necessarily better shooting. It was probably better shot selection.
And I think the scheme played to his strengths. Lots of ball movement, penetration, kicking out to open spot-up shooters. Ersan showed us that's his kind of game.
And Beal kicks to Nene. Clock at 4.
Well, I tell you what, Nene is a man among boys down low. Remarkable physical power. He's also got a tough mentality about him. Just a real rugged individual.
Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Ilyasova. Oubre is checked in for the Wizards. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Jennings with the ball. Now defended by Oubre. A three from Morris.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
There's the pick. Takes a three. Good. Morris got 6 in the quarter. And getting back to Nene, an obvious inside player with great impact. He looks and plays like a man possessed. Yet through last season, Greg, he's never averaged as much as 8 rebounds a game.
And, you know, his true value is measured in intangibles at times, not just on the stat sheet. He does all the dirty work so others can shine.
The drive by Jennings. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Washington with the ball. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Nene down low. Baines is there. From the left block. 5 on the clock. That is good. Nene's got 5 now.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Wide open. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut to just 1 in the basket for Morris.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
And Wall kicks to Oubre. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Washington. Wall's shot is off. The Pistons have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Jackson kicks to Drummond. Goes up the baseline. Gortat with the block. But he recovers it. Washington's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Now Wall. Oubre sets the screen for Wall. To the middle. Oubre passes to Nene. Wall wide open. Again, the miss by Wall.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
For Washington, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Nene with the screen on Jackson. And Wall. Here we go now. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Caldwell Pope. His 3-pointers off the mark. Wizards have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Wall against Johnson. Nene has the open look. That's short off the rim.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Johnson dishes to Drummond. Johnson kicks to Drummond. Clock at 6. Well, Clark, we've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
Yeah, we sure have. I mean, it's been a bit of a windshield wiper game. I mean, back and forth, the lead has gone 5 times, so no one in clear control yet.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Here's Gortat. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field. The Pistons trailing. Jackson passes to Caldwell Pope. The Pistons working the ball around now. Johnson dishes to Drummond. And he gets it to go. Drummond's got 6.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
There's a screen by Gortat. And Wall kicks to Gortat. Out to the right wing. Rebound, Detroit.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Just 5 to shoot. He lobs it up. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Seven seconds left to play here in the second quarter. That will count. No good on that last second attempt there. And we're through the first. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
We saw a strong quarter of play for Morris. He's got 10 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Nice game, great performance by Marcus Morris.
And he just went off in those first two quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. Taking a look at the Wizards. Nene and Gortat team up in the paint. The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. And it's Dudley in at the small forward.
That fast break three is one of his favorite shots. He's never afraid to pull it up from deep.
And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team he liked playing for, played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category. And I think, to your point, a lot of it has to do with the fit. He's on a team in a role that suits his talent. And I think you're going to see him continue to be consistent.
And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. And it's Wall in the corner. Shot off the screen. And the jumper falls for him. Wall's got the lead up to 5 now for the Wizards.
And, you know, going back to Jared Dudley, he helps you in so many different ways. Shoots a lot of threes, yet does so efficiently. He rebounds, he passes the ball. He'll get a little physical, too. He's a valuable vet to have in your locker room.
And finished off by Beal.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
No, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Now the Wizards with it. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. Wall against Jennings. Wall's shot is off.
And you know what Jared Dudley's nickname was in college? The Junkyard Dog. I mean, for his toughness and that nose he has for the ball. 2 attributes that have served him greatly here at the next level.
6 on the shot clock. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Now here's Wall. And again, Washington no good. Wall against Jennings. Feeds it to Baines. Shot, high post. Offensive rebound. Second chance shot. And Meeks gets to Jennings. Stolen by Dudley. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Gortat with a screen on Jennings. Off the pick. And Gortat gets it to go in on the assist by Wall. Wall's got 6 assists here tonight. Pistons trailed by 9. To the wing right side. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Stolen by Dudley. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Wall with the ball. And finished off by Beal.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And John Wall, guys, is still one of the most explosive players in the league. His speed makes professional athletes look like they are stuck in mud.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Detroit. Reggie Jackson comes in for Brandon Jennings. And then for Washington, Emeka Okafor. He's checked in for Gortat. Humphries comes in for Nene. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. Here's Humphries. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. You're talking about Wall's burst. He can go end-to-end in seconds. Clark, you're amazed. You used to say he's a blur.
Yeah, rack to rack in a nanosecond is what Wall can do. I mean, his speed is something special.
Sessions passes to Humphries. He feeds it to Beal. Shot clock at 5. Picked by Humphries. And again, Bradley Beal. Beal's got 9 points here in the second half.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
It's Jackson with the drive. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Baines.
Your heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Sessions with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Dishes it to Beal. Fires the 3. The shot's good. Sessions making the play. Sessions has got 3 assists now in this one. Now here's Jackson. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
That's his first personal foul.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've worked hard to get the ball into the low post tonight as well, and it's paid off.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Tolliver. And it's Johnson in for Aaron Baines. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Oubre's checked in. So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And one thing about the NBA, there are a ton of siblings currently playing in the league. Some on the same team, some on opposing sides, but there must be over a half a dozen sets of siblings.
Washington making some changes. Drew Gooden has checked in for Okafor. Allen Anderson comes in for Oubre. And Gary Neal subbed in for Beal.
And for Chris Humphries, last year was a chance to sign with a playoff contender. The Wizards turned out to be even more than that, with the 4th best record in the East. And Humphries helped them to get there, averaging about 6.5 boards per game.
That's really how they're going to get back into this game, trim the lead. I mean, play tough defense, force some turnovers, and then push it to the other end.
And Clark, those steals allow you to play in the open floor.
Pick by Humphries. Deep two from Anderson. Shot is off. And Detroit the other way now. Again, back to Humphries. He was rolling pretty good last season, but a late season groin injury, Clark, cost him the final 16 games.
Yeah, terribly disappointing for Chris because he had become an important part of that front court rotation. He was up to almost 20 minutes a game before he went down.
The Pistons shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And the Pistons making a change here. Drummond's checked in. Washington leading now by 6. And here's Sessions. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And here's Neal outside. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. Sessions has got 4 assists now tonight. Johnson with a screen on Sessions. There's the 3. Here's Drummond. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
And Sessions kicks to Gooden. No good. And the Pistons now going the other way.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, you know, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure. But unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the balls.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and he's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Washington calls timeout. And Washington making a change here. There's 18 seconds left in the third quarter. Humphries with a screen on Jackson. The feed now to Humphries. And it's out of bounds to the Wizards as Washington retains possession. Here's Sessions. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. He kicks it to Neal. From past the arc. Offline. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Wizards lead by 5. And after a quick break, we're going to come.
I gotta hold down the city.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Pistons trailed by 5. Jennings and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. Watch out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Morris in the small forward position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Pulls up. And Drummond throws it down.
And great effort on the boards, and what a move that was, Gary. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the bucket.
Shot's good by Neal.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Here's Drummond. And Okafor with the block. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. Neal's got the ball. Anderson right side. Lets it go from deep. But he stays with it. Here's Okafor. And the layup's good off the glass.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
Jennings kicks to Caldwell Pope. Drills it from outside.
They're simply living and dying from behind the arc in this second half. And I don't think that's the way to go here. They're trailing. The three-point shot can be used. They've got to balance it out.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And guys, Brandon Jennings last season looked like he was finally becoming more efficient. He shot at the upper range of his career field goal percentage from three and the free throw line. And then suddenly the Achilles ended his season at 41 games played. Really unfortunate.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Detroit. And then for Washington, Porter's checked in for Alan Anderson. Oubre comes in for Gary Neal. And John Wall subbed in for Sessions. Step back shot. The shot misses. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Kicks to Morris. Jackson dishes to Drummond. Out left to the wing. Caldwell Pope. They get it back. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul. It'll go to the line. It's on Emeka Okafor.
Drummond having a terrific game. 11 rebounds and also an assist. This is some performance we're witnessing out of him.
My man, a night to remember. No doubt about it.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Gortat's checked in for Okafor. And it's Nene in for Chris Humphries. Inside. Got a piece of it. Shot clock at 5. Oubre, no one around him. On the mark with the 15-footer. Pistons trailed by 7. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Blash. To the paint. He's looking for Drummond. Finds him. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Gortat. Here's Drummond. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Jackson. Tries it from the top of the key. And he's able to get it back. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Wizards leading by 7. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Gortat with a screen on Jackson. There's the dish to Oubre. And right through it goes. Oubre's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Guys, you know, you're not going to hit that shot too often. That's high risk. They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He told them that they simply have to step up, saying if we don't make a move now, it's going to be too late. Give them everything you've got. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. Steve Blake's checked in for Jackson. Jared Dudley's checked in for Washington. Bradley Beal comes in for Oubre.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
Morris with the ball. Now guarded by Gortat. And there's the 3-second violation.
That's just a foolish mistake right there, guys.
Yeah, inexcusable. You just cannot allow that to happen.
Wizards leading by 9. Now here's Wall. Wide open. No good off the back of the rim.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Over to the wing. It's deflected. Stolen by Dudley. All with it. And it's Beal in the corner. And he gets it to go. Beal's got the lead up to 11 now for Washington.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. It's been quite a game for Bradley Beal.
He's in one heck of a groove with the scoring. They're going to talk it over and try to figure out how to slow him down.
And for the last 3 seasons, what a talented young backcourt John Wall and Bradley Beal have become. Wall drafted 1st overall, Beal 3rd in different drafts. A little lottery luck, if you will, and great scouting of these two.
The Pistons making a change here. Jackson's checked in. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Oubre's checked in for Nene. He used that pitch to perfection.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Beal the pass to Wall. Gortat with the screen for Wall. Pulls up on the wing. Nice jump shot. Good. And the Wizards lead by 11. Well, Clark getting back to Wall and Beal. They really complemented each other perfectly over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, you look at some of the great backcourts of any age over that time, and Wall and Beal right there with them. And it's good to be so young and talented, that's for sure.
They grab their own miss. Lets the 3 fly. Blatch, no luck.
Boy, he's got a nice-looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, and a lot of times he'll still knock those down no matter how good the D is.
Pass to Oubre. Back to Wall. Just 5 on the clock. And Dudley kicks to Gortat. And it's good off the back rim and in.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
And the thing, Greg, about Marcin Gortat, he's not a high flyer. He's not a super flexible athlete. But he's one of the best centers in the league because he's tough. And he's worked hard on developing his skills. And he always hustles.
Yeah, and he fights for position down low. A terrific screener, does a lot of that dirty work. And he's also very good at passing the basketball. You know, a lot more skilled, particularly in the pick and roll, than maybe people give him credit for. He can hurt a defense in a surprising number of ways.
Johnson, he's checked in for Detroit. Nene, he's checked in for Washington. Here's Drummond. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the put.
And GA, strong work all around. And the rebound and the stuff both. Wow.
Yep, he stayed with it all the way and got his reward at the end. Talking about Gortat, he was a late second-round draft choice in 2005. His first 4 years in the league, highly underwhelming. Now, over the last 4 years, he's averaged around 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game. Those are good numbers. They've gotten some good second chances here in the second half, and that kind of extra effort will go a long way into cutting into this deficit.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Wizards.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Well, the ball movement was good. The player movement was excellent, and you only get assists when guys make shots.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And a great team effort, but still, what an individual performance for Wall. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Beal against Jackson. Right side, Wall. Shoots. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.